Good morning from Intranet Reloaded Boston. I'm Sarah, and I'm here with Perry Lombard from Genworth Financial and Henry Nakamura from Liferay. Welcome and thank you for coming to the interview. And could you please shortly introduce yourself and your relationship to intranets and digital workplaces? Let's start with you, Perry.
Sure, thanks, Sarah. My name is Perry Lombard. I'm with Genworth, and I operate our intranet platform.
I'm Henry Nakamura. I run the customer experience team. For Liferay, we are a digital experience platform and often are an intranet solution.
Mm-hmm. And today, in your World Cafe session, you want to discuss about the topic on the gap between business and IT. Why is this an important topic?
Well, from the platform side, Sarah, what we're seeing is that the end users are getting a lot more power these days, and they're able to provide a lot more solutions. And IT has to deliver those solutions to those power users and users to the business.
Right.
And what happens is there's a disconnect there that happens. And whether that is poor design or not achieving specific business goals that are intended, that disconnect can affect operations, it can affect productivity, and it can affect the bottom line. So we see this as an important conversation to have.
But how would you suggest other companies to do to minimize this gap?
Well, what we're seeing, and I think I just sort of alluded to that, is it has to start with a conversation.
Right.
And we're even seeing that here at Intranet Reloaded this week. There's a lot of conversations around getting stakeholders to the table, making sure that the business and that IT are aligned in that delivery so that there aren't these silos. Silos have always been an issue that we see from a platform side, connecting information and connecting people. To have that successfully delivered in an intranet, it really just depends on those people connecting and creating those conversations around what are the goals, what are the measurables, and how do we divide the responsibilities.
Okay, perfect. So basically, as my next question would have been about aligning the business and IT goals, how can a company use the intranet to achieve these goals, the alignment of the business and IT goals?
Perry, you want to take that one?
Sure. So we take what the business requires and try to incorporate it into the services that an intranet would provide. So for example, we have corporate communications, we have a knowledge base, and then we also have a social community built on top of our intranet. And giving them those tools and allowing them to self-manage is what our end goal is in partnership with our business.
Right, sounds good. How does your organization measure then the use of the intranet? And what would you suggest companies to do and your peers to do to increase the engagement so that they actually would use more the intranet?
Well, first of all, the user interface and the design needs to be engaging. So that's key. And then in addition to that, they need to be able to use analytics. We use analytics to try and determine what they're accessing and how long they look at something. Those things help out tremendously.
So engagement, analytics. Which trends and challenges do you think will impact the digital workplace field in the coming years?
So I think it's going to be the partnership piece, right? So today we've got lots of great tools that we IT can build and offer, but unless the business understands how to utilize them and how to incorporate them, we need to take and offer guardrails, let them do their own development, let them do some of their own UI design work, and by doing that they feel a little bit more comfortable with the design that they've come up with, and it's not a IT-driven project or an IT-driven solution.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd echo that, especially in terms of the design. But from what we're seeing as well, this explosion of technologies, and Perry alluded to that as well. There's so many more SaaS solutions, point solutions. The Marcom market has thousands upon thousands of different applications that are very compelling to the business and who are driving these decisions. How does that all integrate and play well? How do you make sure that you are maximizing your investment in those different areas, but have sort of a long-term solution in plan? And understanding that what you build today might be incorporating some technology or feature that 3 years from now might not be there. But the rest of that solution, that intranet, still has to exist and go on and provide value for the long term. So the interoperability of those different applications is sort of a key area that we're focusing on as well.
And having the long-term goal to not to try to fix
Exactly.
just any small things. About these technological advancements, how do you think AI, machine learning, and robotic business automation are gonna influence the digital workplace? Perry, I think you might have.
Yeah, so we actually are embracing AI or robotics process automation, and it's a new key initiative within our organization, and we are looking at basically the tagline that we're using internally is we want to take the robot out of the employee. So those functions that they do that are repetitive and non-value add, from a productivity standpoint, if we can take that and automate it, that achieves a huge success for the employee, because then they feel more productive and they can focus on those things that are more important.
And now, what are your expectations for the Internet Reload at Boston for the first and for the second day?
Well, for me, it's great to hear about how people are approaching intranets in general, but more broadly, workplace communications.
Right.
And the digital workplace is still, I think, something that is sort of undefined, but we know that there are these great opportunities, whether it is machine learning and AI, whether it is the exposure and understanding and analytics around these different systems and operational improvements. The thing that I am most interested in, though, Sarah, is understanding how people are approaching employee engagement and employee satisfaction. So at LifeRay, this is something that we've been focused on for a number of years, because our focus on intranets, one of our focuses is on intranets, and understanding that those employees are the ones that actually are delivering those experiences to those end users, whether you have customers, whether you're selling something, whether you're supporting something, whether you have a subscription business, or you're a .edu, for example. It doesn't matter. Being able to empower employees to do a better job for your customers, for their customers, is something that I'm really interested in understanding how people are focusing on. Because for us, that's where the one real opportunity of this digital workplace is.
Definitely. How about you?
Well, Henry kind of took a lot of what I was going to say already.
I stole your notes, Barry.
He stole my notes. I guess it's for me, it's a confirmation that we're headed down the right path. Mm-hmm. It's seeing that other companies are having the same challenges that we are, and that we're on the right target. Mm-hmm. It's meeting and greeting people and having conversations, and in some of those conversations, they're actually bringing up things that we hadn't thought of before. So that helps a lot too.
And definitely with these new technologies, we are going to new areas. And
That's right.
New for everyone. So there's so many possibilities. I'm sure you're going to have very insightful discussions and presentations for the next 2 days. Thank you so much,
Sarah. Thank you. Appreciate it. Looking forward to it.
Thanks, Sarah.